Hey everyone! The VOD you're about to watch was originally live streamed on Twitch, but I know some of you prefer a different platform to watch on or to watch whenever you want at your leisure. Or maybe it's years from now and you're just now joining us and checking out my archives. And either way, welcome. I typically stream on Twitch on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you'd like to join us live, you can find the links to my Twitch page and all of my other social media down in the description. I am just starting out, so bear with me, style under construction. If you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you'd like this, I'd really like it if you would like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm very grateful. I'm super excited about this content that I'm creating, and I hope you guys are too. I love hearing from you. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks a bunch. All right. Should be audible. Yep, mic's on. Good. I'm remembering to do the things. All right. Boy, howdy, look at this. I'm early. It's only just 11 and I'm already live. I'm kind of getting the hang of this. It's a really nice bright sunny day outside, so the light might be a little bit strange for this, at least until the sun gets a bit higher. Suppose I can... Let's see. Oh, that's up. That's down. Okay, that does help a little. Actually closing my blinds. I'm early enough for the 11 o'clock burb. All right. So we'll just kind of do what we can. My next upgrade, I do kind of want to get like an actual light that I can have set up over here to make sure that everything's actually visible and not kind of washed out. But that will be a little bit in the future considering cash monies. Not sure why the gamma's suddenly so bright. I wonder if it's because I've switched to a black blanket. So the camera's like automatically cranking up the contrast. Could be. I can probably go in and mess with that. Give me a second to finish this seam. Morning, Kitsune. I'm just quietly speculating to myself why my camera is suddenly washed out, but I think it's because I switched to a black blanket, so it might be auto-adjusting the contrast on me. I'll go in and mess with that here in a minute. The other one's currently in the wash because it's covered in Sasha. Not that she did anything terrible to it, it's just covered in her fur. This one's also covered in her fur, but not quite as visibly. But unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of fleece blankets that cats sleep on. Hope you're having a good morning so far, Kitsune. Or I guess afternoon for you. I'm slowly learning where people are located. Yeah, I thought so. So yes, good afternoon to you. I don't know. Yeah, issues that you can't quite figure out are the worst. Is it a coding issue? Or is it like a life issue? Both probably equally annoying. Coding issue? Yeah, fair enough. I imagine that would be sort of a case of like, okay, see if I fix it, run it. Oh no, same error. Okay, see if I can fix it, run it. Oh no, same error. So yeah, I could definitely see how that would be a little bit maddening after a while. That's why I don't, well, one of the reasons I don't code. Not had nearly as much time to sew this week as I kind of wanted. So I am still working on the same one as last week. Partially just because I've been busy, partially because I've been doing a lot of like resin work and experimenting with shaker charms, and that's extremely fun. I've been really enjoying it. Alright, let me see. Here's that camera. Uppies cam. Properties. Let's see. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's see. light compensation. That's probably, yeah, that's what's doing it. Okay. But that's much better. Okay, cool. Okay. There we go. That's much better. Put my check windows back up. Here we go. And I can probably open my drapes again. Nope, that's down. That's up. Sorry for shaky cam there. There we go. Ah! Hello, ma'am. There is a needle under your paw. Give me a second. Hello. Look at you. Hi. Lap is for sitting. I'm surprised she wasn't up here already. What? If you want to look out the window, you can go sit on the shelf right under the window. I know. Are you gonna lay down? Are you gonna actually lay down? I know, I love you too. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Good girl. Alright, now I'm probably... I might have to do it with the drapes closed. Alright. Right? I love that she's loud enough you can pick her up on the mic. There we go. Hi. What? I know. The internet loves you, Sasha. Are you gonna let me sew? Ooh, good luck, Tribeca. Good luck with the move, and also with the kitty, of course. I hate moving, so yeah, definitely good luck with that. Yes, hello. Yeah, we very quickly came to the conclusion that wife and roommate and I could not live without a cat. So once our other roommate moved out and took their cat, we had to go and get Sasha. Yes, we did. Yes, and you were the prettiest cat at the shelter. Yes, you were. We've had her for 6 or 7 years now, I think. I don't remember exactly when we got her. I think it was... Well, no, because we had her at the old house, so it must have been 2014. So yeah, we've had her like 8 years. Well, good luck. And please send pictures of Kitty once you acquire them. Yes. Yes, I'm doing things on top of you. I do this every week. What? Yeah, no, I absolutely hate moving. That was my one condition when we moved into this place, is I told my wife, I was like, all right, I'm not moving for like a minimum 10 years. So we have to find a place that we can live with for that long. Part of it is I've done a lot of really big moves. So when I was in university, I was in university for 5 years, and part of that time I also studied abroad. So between moving back and forth from my parents' house to campus and then also moving overseas for a semester, I didn't stay in one place for more than like 6 months for 6 years. And after that, I was like, no, I'm done. I can't. And then moving here to move in with my wife, I moved countries. Like I moved from the United States up to Canada to move in with her. So that was a huge move. And after that, I was like, no, please no. Yeah, during college is rough for moving because you don't feel like you can get settled in any one place. Yeah, that was kind of the same for me. I was moving home with my parents over the summer, and then during the year I was in different dorms. And even if I was in the same dorm, my university had a program where they basically turned the dorm buildings into like hotels and hostels during the summer. So even if I had arranged to go back to the same room in the fall, I wasn't allowed to just leave my stuff there. I still had to move out for the summer, which was a pain in the butt. But I'm here now. I've got my sewing space all set up. Like honestly, this is the most settled I've been in a long time, and I'm not going anywhere. So I hope you can find a place that makes you just as happy and that works just as well for Kitty. Bye. She'll be back. Oh, thirsty kitty. She went over to her water bowl. I can probably get another seam out of that. Yep. No? No? Yes? Yes. Come on. Come on. You know you can get up here. There we go. You just needed to go get a drink. Is that it? Ma'am, please. Do you want to lay down and settle? There we go. Good girl. There we go. Good girl. You don't show up as well on this blanket. I'll have to switch back to the other one. But it's in the washer because it's covered in your fur. Oh Lord, look at this. Look at this. Such love. sometimes laying on my lap on the fleece blanket, she gets a little too warm too. Because, I mean, she's a tiny furnace. And she's covered in fluff. Oh, itchy. Itchy kitty. No bath time? Is it bath time? Apparently, yes, it is bath time. Morning, Merlin. Ooh, yes, now that you are here, once I finish this seam, I have things to show off. Yes, hello. So I don't know how well these will show up on cameras. I mean, that's fair. It's Sunday. It's your day off. So they're not quite done. I need to still put the doming on the top of them and then put the hardware and the clip on them. But they're all sealed up and they've got stuff in them. This one, it's hard to tell, but it's actually like a D20, like a flat D20. And then I love this one. This one turned out really well. I don't know how well you can see it. See if it can focus. It's a Shinx in the back there. Since I mainly want to try to use my enormous stock of Pokemon cards. Yeah, this is the Shinx. Putting a card in the back worked so well. And then this one, I wanted to see if I could draw or paint on like the transparency on top. Oh, that's still got oil on it. So that one has a little Moogle face that says Kupo. And Kara's already claimed ownership to this one, so she'll be keeping this one. But this is probably how I'm going to do Kupo! This is probably how I'm going to do when I do job symbol ones too, is I'll paint the job symbol on top of the transparency so that it shows up at the front rather than behind all the stuff. And then this one turned out really good too. So it turns out the round mold I have is the exact right size for one of the energy Pokemon cards to be put into it. So I'll be doing those as well. But I really like how that one turned out. And it's hard to show on the camera since this is a horizontal camera. But yeah, it turned out really nicely. And then this is the one
Merlin wanted to see. So I did bunny rabbit. It actually turned out pretty nice. It's just got the white color on the bun part isn't as opaque as I wanted it to be. It turned out a lot more clear, but it is pretty cute. I filled it up with like pink and purple. And then last one for now. This is the one I tried fabric in. And again, the fabric worked out well. It just ends up looking wet because it gets soaked in resin. So that's something I'll have to keep in mind when I'm picking the fabric to put in it. I'll probably just use darker fabrics. But I also have a lot of buttons laying around, and buttons are kind of one of my personal things. I love buttons. So I'll probably keep the hexagon ones, obviously, hexagons. I'll put fabric and buttons and stuff in them, and then the resin itself actually has thread in it. I've been keeping all my thread scraps and cut them up really small. You probably can't see it very well on camera. But the resin itself is actually just clear, and it's got little scraps of thread in it. So yeah, this one turned out really cool too. And I'll be able to use up some of the really cool buttons I've got sitting around. So yeah, that's what I've been doing all week. I've been having a lot of fun with them. So this afternoon, and I actually did a second set of them that I've got just just the shaker part done. So I'll be doming the backs of them and the fronts of these ones this afternoon. And then once that dries, I'll be able to put the hardware on these and they'll be ready to go. So yeah, some of them I probably won't put up. Again, the Kupo is already spoken for. The hexagon I might not. I might keep that one for myself just because it's the first one I did. But I'm probably going to keep the Shinx too because one of my good friends, Shinx, is their favorite Pokemon. So I think I'll keep this as a surprise and send it to them. But yeah, the rabbit, the fire symbol, and the star with the D20, I may not put them up yet. I think I'm going to keep them in hand until I have like sets that I can put up. So I'll wait until I have like 3 or 4 of the energy symbols and then put them all up in one listing. And I'll wait until I have like 3 or 4 D&D themed ones and then put them up as a listing. The bun I might put up by itself just because it's a little more specialty. Although you said you kind of wanted the bun, eh, Merlin? Do you want the white one, or do you want me to take pictures of the brown one that I did? Or do you want me to do different ones? I want to try to make a black one so that I can use like the metallic paint on the flowers. But I don't think I have any dyes right now that'll go dark enough to give me a true black. I'll have to see about getting different dyes. But yeah, if you want the white bun, you are welcome to it. I still need to think about pricing a little bit. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to list them for. The white one? Yeah, for sure. I will count that one as spoken for then. And that's actually really convenient because I'll just send it to you the same time I send your cardigan. Save on shipping. Which, hoping to have your cardi ready to go by the end of May. That's kind of my loose goal. We'll see how well that goes. Bam! Itchy baby. But yeah, I'm really having fun with these shaker charms, and they're turning out really, really well. So that's a thing I'm going to be doing for a while, I think. And it's kind of nice because when I get home from work, I can come upstairs and do a pour, and it takes me half an hour to an hour, and then I can't keep working on it. I have to let it sit and dry. So it's a good way to like feel like I'm accomplishing something without pushing myself to do too much. And then I can go downstairs and rest, or, you know, hang out with Kara or whatever. So it's resin, I'm finding, is a good way to like force me to pace myself. Whereas something like patchwork, I can keep working on this forever, right? There's nothing stopping me from just going until my hands cramp up. Which I never have actually done, by the way. I'm usually really good about that. So yeah, I'll probably put up notifications on Instagram when I'm actually putting lots on Etsy. But it'll probably be another week or two yet before anything goes up, because I want to have a decent stock on hand first and a decent variety. Don't you twitch your tail at me, ma'am. You jumped up here. No, don't twitch your tail at me. Oh, I need more pieces. Ma'am, that is a thread. What? What? She was giving me like the most sarcastic look. Like, how dare you trail your thread across my paws? Yeah, I see your tail twitching. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry, my phone buzzed. Just checking real quick to make sure it's not my wife. Okay, cool. It is not my wife. Good morning, Gishtastic. Or good afternoon, wherever you happen to be. Sasha, please. Sasha, we do this every week. You have so many other places to lay. You're the one that chose my lap. So stop being annoyed at the thread tickling. You knew this was gonna happen. She does want to sit with no consequences. I mean, currently she's kind of flopped. I'm not sure being tickled with thread is a consequence. Well, yeah, I guess it is a consequence of her jumping up here while I'm working. But she literally has like 2 other blankets and a cat tree in here. Oh, itch? No. No, just sleepy kitty face. What? What are you even looking at? Boop. That's the best part of having the camera on a swivel arm. What? Itchy baby. What? I'm very sorry. It is a bit warm in here too. So it could be that she wants the fleece blanket and she wants my lap, but it's also a little bit too warm. But unfortunately I can't really open the window while I'm streaming because the noise would be way too bad. My microphone is sitting fairly close to the window, and the traffic noise is already audible. I can't even imagine if I opened the window. The door is wide open, and it's not terrible. It's just a little bit warm. But she's also covered in fur. Yes, you are. You don't have to stay up here if you're too warm, you know. No, you don't. So is anyone else working on stuff this morning? I know, Merlin, you said you just woke up, so I'm sure you're working on coffee. Bye, Sasha. Oh yeah, I think she's too hot. She went and just flopped sideways on the... I mean, it's not wood, it's fake wood. But she just went and flopped on the floor. In a way that usually means she's a bit warm. I'm sorry. I'll open the window once I'm done stream. Yeah, working on coffee is very important for the morning. I've got mine already. Ooh. Embroidery is fantastic. I've got a couple pieces that are kind of in progress-ish, but I don't have the patience for embroidery that I do for, like, patchwork. Alizé! Yes. Excellent. And you said, are you thinking of streaming coloring this afternoon still? Or did you get that done yesterday? Oh! Yes, good Alizé. Around 1:30. Excellent. I will definitely tune in for that as I continue sewing. Oh. She has gone and jumped up on the other chair. So yes, anyone, if you are um, interested in watching Merlin color in some sketches, go give her a follow and tune in this afternoon. I know she's going to be doing a couple FF12 ones, I think you said, and then also the Graha that you did last week. So yes, very cute things. I love watching people color. It's so nice. And 14. That's fair. Again, I've never played 12, but I watched Kara play it, and I do really like the characters. And obviously 14 is like my favorite Final Fantasy ever. And just kind of at this point, one of my favorite stories ever. Like the things that they've done with the story and the characters are so fabulous. I would love to be able to stream 14 sometime, but I play on PS4. So if I did stream, it would be voice only. And you wouldn't have the fancy overlays or anything. Because my computer is definitely not good enough to run 14 while also streaming. Eventually, I'd kind of like to get a new computer. I'd like to get one that can handle PC gaming. But that's quite a while in the future. I'm not even close to being able to afford that right now. But maybe once I get a new job, or in a perfect world, if I'm able to, you know, quit, become a full-time streamer. Lol. I know Kaylee's also mentioned, or Kara's also mentioned, that she would kind of like to stream 14 at some point, so we'll see how that goes. We're also thinking, so she and I have started playing Core Keeper together. After Lux recommended it to us a while ago, I went and picked it up, and then I liked it so much I also bought it for Kara, so we've been playing it like co-op, and it's really fun. So we're kind of considering doing like dual streams of us co-oping it at some point, probably like a Friday night, because neither of us would have work the next day. So that'll be fun. That won't be like a scheduled thing. That'll just be like a bonus. Hey, we're gonna play this. Let's just play it on stream. It's really fun. It really is kind of like Terraria or Starbound meets Stardew Valley. The graphics are very similar to Stardew Valley, and it's really, really cute. Like, and it's fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's really fun to play co-op because Kara and I having very different play styles. So she'll go running off to explore and excavate and fight monsters, while I stay closer to the camp and build the camp and plant the crops and cook the food that she can then come running back and resupply herself with. So it's really easy to like figure out and develop your own play style and work together. It's really fun. So we'll probably do that at some point. Because I was really surprised how well our computers handled the co-op, but with it just being 2D pixel graphics, it's not nearly as like CPU intensive or GPU intensive. So our computers run it fine, which I was happy with. So I should be able to stream it without much problem. Because that is the problem with my current computer is it's a laptop, so it only has, the built-in graphics chip. I don't have anything really fancy in it. So usually when I'm trying to game, if it's anything with graphics that are too high intensity, my computer just kind of goes, nope. Forget trying to stream at the same time, it just won't even run the game. So yeah, I love my laptop, and it does everything I need it to. And that's part of why I bought it, because I don't necessarily need anything super fancy. But now that I am streaming, I would like to have something with a little bit more power in case I do decide I want to stream games besides just Pokemon. But yeah, it meets the needs that I have for like an all-around computer. It's fine. It's just not stellar. I think I just need one, two. Yeah, I just need one more. I should probably make myself a new thimble at some point. This one's getting really threadbare. Oh my god, your emotes are so cute. Yeah, no, I really, really dislike thimbles that like cover the entire fingertip. And I couldn't, like, I have metal ones, I have silicone ones, I have like the plastic ones that are specifically meant for quilting, and I don't like any of them. So I finally just decided I'm gonna make my own. This is literally just scrap fabric that's folded over. I think it's a four thickness. I folded it over twice and just, you know, roughly sewed it so that it stays. And that's plenty all I need to be able to push the needle through while still keeping my fingertip free to be able to grasp and feel things, which is what I wanted. Because, see, I use it to push the needle through, and that's honestly all I needed it for. But yeah, I cannot stand commercial thimbles, and I don't know why, I just don't like having my entire fingertip covered. I just find it, I guess, more awkward than it's worth. Especially when I'm trying to manipulate fabric in little tiny patches and stuff like this. That's probably what it is because I'm doing English paper piecing and I'm doing a lot of manipulating. I just prefer to have my fingertip out to help rather than trying to fumble and grasp with a metal or silicone thimble. I sewed without a thimble for a really long time because I couldn't find one that I liked. And after punching one too many holes in my finger, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own solution. Same for this. This is a hair tie. There's a magnet in there and then just more scrap fabric that's wrapped around it. My wife has some like magnetic needle minders that she like attaches to her cross stitch, which was great, and I find them really helpful, but I needed one, you know, that was handheld, so I figured just stick it on the back of a hairband and have it wrapped around my wrist or my hand, and it works perfectly. Does exactly what I need it to. Sorry, thread's getting really short, so I have to make use of my mouth. There we go. Sasha, I can hear you snoring across the room through my headphones. She's curled up over on my desk chair. All I can see is one paw sticking out. Nah, come on. There we go. It is the noon owl. And a bonus bird from Hopebot. Oh, come on. I mean, technically it's supposed to be Hoot. Noon is a great horned owl. We don't get the Canada Goose until 5. And I swear at some point, someday, I'm gonna do a stream at 5 just so y'all can hear it. This is an old clock, and some of the birds sound better than others. And I swear the Canada Goose sounds like somebody bred a Canada Goose to a rubber chicken. It's still recognizably a Canada Goose. It just sounds really hoarse. Such fur, very fur. I normally stream until 2. So you might be getting a raid. Yeah, I normally stream from 11 to 2. you wanted it after mine? Yeah, I normally go until 2. Don't I? Now I'm second guessing. No, I normally go until 2. Time is an illusion, just like pants. Come on. There we go. That was an abrupt ending to that song, but alright. Oh, also, Merlin, I'm gonna have to put a little bit of a delay on my chess set attempt because I got a new brand of resin. Um, Come to find out, it's not a casting resin, it's just meant to like coat artwork essentially. So it works fine for the shaker charms, but you're not really meant to pour it into like bigger molds. It's only meant to be poured in layers that are like a quarter of an inch. So if I wanted to do a chess set with it, I would have to do it in a bajillion layers, which I'm not willing to do at all. Um, so I'm gonna have to do some research and look into getting a brand of actual casting resin to be able to do my chess set. Definitely still a thing I want to do, not a thing I want to attempt with this brand of resin. Because there's a high likelihood it wouldn't cure all the way through, since it's not really meant to be poured in that high of a volume. No, chess. Yeah, the Crystal Tower chess set I want to do. Because the molds are thicker, I don't think I'm going to be able to use this brand of resin to do them. But that's okay, there's no rush. Sorry, yeah, I've got a little bit of a morning frog in my voice, I think. Despite that it's now afternoon. No, 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 stay in the needle. Gosh darn it, thread. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm also... I mean, I actually slept really well last night. I feel more fully awake than I have in a while. I'm just kind of croaky. I'm not used to talking a lot either. Because my job is pretty solitary, so I just kind of chill by myself most of the day. And even if there is someone else working on the station next to me, I'm not exactly known for small talk. I had to train someone this week, and I swear I was like hoarse afterwards. Stream is probably the most I talk in the entire week. I also had session 0 for a new D&D campaign yesterday, which was also a lot more talking than I'm used to. So I could just legitimately be a little bit hoarse at the moment. Drawing is now prepped for stitching. Excellent. Do you stitch on cotton or canvas or linen? Or, I mean, it probably depends on the project. Yeah, all of the above. It depends. I've got some really nice linen at the moment that I've got. I bought some blank, like bullet journals, and I've got the fabric cut and prepped to turn into journal covers. Just haven't done the actual embroidery on them yet. See, in my mind, cotton always equals quilting. I, I feel weird because like all this is cotton, right? I always feel weird embroidering on cotton, unless it's like Ida cloth, obviously. But I feel weird just embroidering on plain cotton fabric because I'm like, I could be quilting with this. But yeah, I totally get it. Cotton's a very nice, sturdy fabric, especially cotton canvas. No. There we go. Yes, hello, itchy baby. I think sometimes she scratches just to get our attention because she's got tags and a bell on her harness, so it makes more noise sometimes than she might by herself. So I think sometimes she's realized that, and if she wants our attention and we're not paying attention to her, she'll just sit and scratch because it jingles nice and loud. Yes, who's too smart for their own good? It's our goblin. We also consistently refer to her as our goblin. So if you hear me mention the goblin, I mean Sasha. Yes, I'm talking about you. Mm-hmm. There we go. Hi. Ah! Ma'am, your tail. There we go. And such rumbling. What? What are you giving me looks for? Bath time again. Goodbye? Done already, huh? And please. Spreading fur bits everywhere. Sorry. I'm waiting on a package. So I am just double checking to make sure I don't have a delivery notification. Oh, yep. Posture check. Everybody straighten up. Stop shrimping. If you need to adjust your chairs, please adjust your chairs. If your chairs are adjustable. That was actually what my Zoom training was about this week. I was in Ontario when you're on your workplace's joint health and safety committee. Some of the members need to be like certified. And since I'm co-chair of our joint health and safety committee, I was getting certified. But yeah, we had like a whole unit on musculoskeletal disorders in the workplace specifically, from things like improper posture or not having the right equipment or not having your equipment adjusted properly. And apparently it's something like 40% of all workplace injuries are repetitive strain or carpal tunnel or that kind of thing because nobody tends to consider stuff like musculoskeletal disorders as part of workplace health and safety, so they just don't get paid enough attention to until all of a sudden it's a problem. So yes, posture check often. I'm kind of the odd bird in my job. I actually do stretches and stuff during the day as well. If I can feel my back starting to sort of seize a little bit, I'll stop and step back and do some stretches. Yep, standing desks are also very good. Unless you're in my job, I tend to have the opposite problem because I work at a standing station. I end up standing too much. So yeah, if you're sitting, stand up. If you're standing, see if you can sit down or get a stool. Or even just shifting your posture and taking one foot off the floor for a while if you're standing, because that'll shift the weight and help ease some of the strain. You basically just don't want to be staying in the same position for too long. Especially if you stay in the same position for too long and then all of a sudden have to go and do like actual work. Because like our instructor was talking about how there's a lot of problems with delivery drivers and truck drivers because they'll be sitting driving for a very long time and their bodies will sort of stiffen up and settle into that position, and then they'll jump out of their truck and have to immediately be moving heavy boxes and carrying heavy things without taking the time to properly warm up and stretch, and that actually makes you more susceptible to injury. So yeah, try to change positions if you can, do stretches if you can. This has been your health and safety tip with SJ for the day. You're welcome. Again, I want everyone to be safe and healthy. It's part of why I'm on the committee in the first place. I mean, I sort of got voluntold, but then once I actually started researching into what the health and safety committee does and stuff, it's really fascinating. I found the training very interesting, actually. And like, it's kind of something I've always been conscious of, because when I was a kid, my mom worked in a bakery. So she would be walking the same paths, you know, back and forth from this counter to that counter to the oven, back to this counter to that counter to the oven, on concrete floors. And she actually ended up with a stress fracture in her foot just because she was taking the same steps, pivoting in the same place every single day. Um, so yeah, she was off work for I think a good 2 months, um, because of a repetitive strain injury in the workplace. So it's something I've always sort of had in the back of my mind and been aware of, especially working on my feet in retail. And I do believe after that, her workplace installed the rubber anti-fatigue mats. So, you know, even just small things like that, if they had had those before, maybe she wouldn't have gotten hurt in the first place. Or if her workplace had been aware and given her training of, you know, you should vary your routines, vary, you know, what you're doing. Don't try to do the same thing every single time, you know. Because half of it is training, too. A lot of the times the workers just don't know, and it's up to the employer to provide them with the training that they need to work safely. Yeah, the anti-fatigue mats are lovely. I do have them at my workstation. Um, if I didn't, I would be raising hell. So they are very nice. They help. Yes. Oh, also tailing onto the posture check, medication check. If any of y'all need to be taking your medications, also drink water or drink a liquid. It doesn't even have to be water. Just consume some form of liquid. I know like half of you are drinking coffee. I'm also drinking coffee, but like juice, something. After I finish stream, I'll probably go grab myself a nice big glass of juice. Our local, we have like a local chain of, I mean, they're grocery stores, but they're more like, and I don't want to call them a health food store either, because they're not. It's kind of like Whole Foods, where it's a grocery store, but the focus is on ethically sourced, healthier, local source, that kind of product. And they have a, what is it, raspberry cranberry white grape juice that is to die for. It's so good. So I've got a big container of that in the fridge. I probably should have poured myself a glass before stream, but I wasn't really thinking of it. I mostly just wanted coffee. So I'll grab myself one after stream. Ah. Threads. Why? There we go. No, stop that. There we go. actually lock the stitches. Tasha just lifted her head and sighed really heavily. I'm sorry, baby. You know the clock is here. Right? I mean, the clock has been going off every hour during the day for weeks. And yet still she acts with annoyance. I mean, to be fair, sometimes we also act with annoyance, but I love the dumb clock too much to actually take the batteries out of it. Also, good morning, Randus. Or good afternoon, now. I'm just kind of chilling and sewing, as is the usual. I'd like to have this blanket done by Christmas, but we'll see. I mean, it's so much time, except that this is all being done by hand. I've got a decent start on it, though. I think if I can keep up my momentum, I should be able to get it done in time for Christmas. And I'm saying Christmas because we're probably going down to visit my family for Christmas this year. So I would like to have the blanket done to take with me so that I don't have to ship it. That's kind of why I'm saying Christmas. It's not actually a Christmas present. This one is technically my brother and sister-in-law's wedding present, and they know that it's coming. I've been sending them progress pictures and stuff. It would just be nice not to have to ship it. I think I told the story last week. When I did a quilt for Desert Bus, I cut it too close and ended up having to ship it express to get it there by the deadline. Yeah, that was an $85 shipping charge. I would prefer not to have to do that again. Most of that was the express fee, though, to try to get it from Ontario to BC in like 2 days or something. cooperate with me here. Package. No, no package yet. furs. Yeah, my camera's really not liking the black blanket, is it? I will be switching back to the other one for next week. It's just currently in the wash. I can try to mess with the... Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. This camera has like automatic backlight compensation. And apparently with the black blanket, it's not wanting to play nice. But that's better. Sort of. Goodness. Sorry about your dick, dude. I have every faith that came across on the microphone. That was loud. to sharpen this needle. I've been using it quite a lot. But generally, if I can tap my finger against the point and not immediately go ow, it probably needs to be sharpened. I love living on a busy street. It's actually usually fine. It's a really convenient location and it's right next to a bus stop, which is fantastic. It's just not always so great for traffic. And I'm out of white pieces. So I will have to tie this off. Kuba, good afternoon. Thank you for stopping by. Is this one dude just circling the block? Jeez. Vroom. Maybe I should add a vroom command to the bot so that you guys can count how many times the traffic is actually audible over my mic. I'm sure we would reach an absurdly high number fast, though. Jeez. They're out in force today, apparently. And those don't sound like motorcycles, they just sound like real shitty cars. That should be enough for another hexagon. Sasha's passed out over in her cubbyhole nest to the point where she's flipped herself completely upside down. Baby. But yeah, all the traffic noises illustrate why I'm extremely hesitant to try to open the window while I'm streaming. Because that would just make everything 10 times louder. I do love how Thursday and Friday we were hovering around zero. I think Thursday our high was like 7 degrees Celsius. Uh, and we were all complaining about the cold and the wind, and it's April. Why is it so cold? And now today it's May 1st, and it has immediately jumped, and it is 17 degrees outside, and sunny and gorgeous. But yeah, that's Ottawa for you. Hopefully we won't have any more of the dips into single digits now that it is May. But yeah, April's pretty notorious for bouncing up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. To the point where on Tuesday it was snowing. And I'm not talking like flurries, I'm talking like full on, like white out snowing. Luckily, none of it stuck on the ground. I think if there had been any accumulation, we might have all just cried. But there was a lot of like wailing as people left to go to work on Tuesday. Just why this? But yeah, like I said, that's Ottawa for you. Go for another few minutes here. Might end a little bit early because I'm actually fairly hungry. Yeah, we'll do a bit more. Finish off this length of thread at least. Such broom. This song sounds like the ambient music to some sort of a video game, and I'm trying to decide what kind of video game. I almost feel like it would have been like one of the Ace Attorney games, just kind of the sort of jazzy vibes as you're wandering around interviewing suspects. And don't quote me on that, I've never played an Ace Attorney game. Not for any particular reason, just I never had one and I was never particularly drawn to them. No opportunity, I suppose. That's probably not enough to give me another Hexagon. Alright, so it is just about 150. And I think I'll call it there because I am very hungry and I would like to go find lunch. Let me move these so I'm not poking myself. And so I know Julie's live, but my friend Merlin should also be live. She is. So I know she's coloring some sketches that I think she's planning to turn into stickers. I believe it's FF12 and FF14 stuff. I've seen the sketches. They're really, really cute. So I will send you Merlin words. And then go find my lunch. So thank you all for stopping by. Thank you for following. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for hanging out. That's honestly the most important thing. I like hanging out with people while I sew. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys again next week. And I will be joining you shortly in Merlin Land.